Today was probably the most difficult workout that I have ever had. Um, Doing 310 on squats, 275 deficit deadlifts was just that was difficult. Um, the squats honestly were going really well. I started feeling a little tired by the third set, so I increased my rest time from uh, from 2 minutes to three between sets. But man, uh, I was not able to finish the last set. When I was coming up on the fourth rep, I felt like I was about to pass out. My vision was going a little black, and I wobbled a little bit and strained my right oblique. And I have never felt discomfort like that. I mean, I tore my shoulder last year. That was obviously an extreme level of discomfort and pain. But this is just something else. This is wholly affecting like every other function that I have to do right now. Even me sitting here in my chair right now, I feel strain in my abdomen just because of how much it took to go through and do these sets. But overall, I'm still really happy with how things went. I put in a lot of effort, and I still accomplished something I haven't done before. I rep 310 pounds on the squats, and I did four sets at 5 reps and almost finished the fifth. I think if I had maybe taken 5 minutes of rest between the fourth and fifth sets, I would have been okay. But coulda, woulda, shoulda. Outside of that, though, things are just feeling good. I am just looking forward to kind of growing and increasing the capabilities that I have in this, and just getting better and better with each time I go through and do these workouts. So I'm probably going to end up taking like maybe a week and just relaxing after this because of the amount of strain that I'm feeling in my oblique. Hopefully I'll be fine, by tomorrow or Monday. This will just kind of wear off just from the enormous amount of strain from just bracing so much. Which is, I guess, another aspect that probably would have caused it. I was already tired in my core from doing all of these sets. I know I've been talking about since hitting these weights that it's been getting heavier and heavier each time. And of course, it's been getting heavier and heavier. The weight's been going up, but I've been feeling more and more work on my core as I've been going through, just because it's more than what I was used to with that. I've been really just kind of pushing harder and harder and working on bracing better and better each time, and it's just really kind of working the core out. And it has been something else. So, I could chalk this up and call this maybe a win, but it's, it is, but this isn't fully accomplishing the 310 like I could have. And it's just, it is what it is, and that's fine. Things are just, things are getting difficult. This set right here, was, this is the one I was talking about. It just felt exhausting. Even you can see my walkout. I'm being very cautious with this and thinking it over, thinking each rep. All right, got to take in the first rep. So get that down, do the first rep, and it felt all right. So I went and just got into the second, pushed it, and thought, all right, I just need to get into this, take my breath, go into the third, do the third, and a little bit of strain there. I'm like, all right, now do the fourth, and took my breath, braced, got up, and right there, I started feeling the strain of in my in my head and everything as I was coming up, and there was a little bit of tilt, and I tried holding in with the right oblique, but I just couldn't do it. So doing the deficit deadlifts, warmed up with a set of 5 at 135, a set of 5 at 225, and I could feel a little bit of strain in the oblique as I was doing this, and I thought, okay, maybe it's just tired. I felt discomfort in different parts of my body before from doing more exercise, and kind of counter unit has worked out, but this is still utilizing the full, every bit of the core to do this. And for the first 3 or 4 reps I felt fine, and then on the fifth rep I definitely felt a little sore, so I gave myself 3 minutes of rest, Went in, did the second set, and kind of the same story. By the time by the fourth rep, definitely felt a little bit of strain in the core. So waited a little bit and just thought, okay, I can definitely do a third set. Let me just think this through. And you can even see that in my form, I'm feeling that strain just because my back's rounded in a little bit, which is kind of normal for a deficit deadlift as you're getting in that setup position. And once I'm into the rep, I'm okay. But even then, so right there, that little hesitation coming up, that was my core just kind of like feeling rough. And I was having to really kind of focus on bearing down that last rep and just getting that rep out. Going into the this third set right here, this one I took a lot of time thinking this whole time, can I do this? Can I feel this? What's going on with my core here? And I just went through and did the sets or did the reps. That one, first one, not so great, and I refocused on that and just kind of said, okay, I need to pull these right and do this by the books to get that done. And I think on this last rep right here, or not this one, but this last rep right here, I was so tired coming down, and I could feel the strain in my core. I just came down and then dropped the weight, which is not something that I've ever really done. Yeah, it just kind of came out of my hands right there at the end. And I was just fighting through this to get through here. This was my attempt at a fourth set. I walked over, got into a relaxed state where I could think through this. Bent down, grabbed the bar, got into position and started. I broke the weight momentarily and just kind of felt my core had nothing behind it. And I said, I can't do any more than that. That's enough. I mean, if I could do more, I'm going to hurt myself. So got up and just called it good there, just because I know I've mentioned a lot before, but I never want to put myself in a position to where I'm going to injure myself doing a workout. So moved over to doing my dumbbell flies with a close press. And this one was rough. You can see in my face right there coming down and getting started. It was rough going down, getting down on the bench and then rough getting up from it. And I felt fine doing the reps until the last set when my right arm just kept pulling on my lat, which was on the same time kind of stretching out my core a little bit. And man, it's this is just whole body discomfort. But these felt all right doing 25 pounds through all four sets. Definitely a little worn out by the end. I think just because of the extra exhaustion as a result of having my lat be a little, or not my lat, but my core being a little tweaked and trying to work around that. And so I felt like I was spending a little bit more energy trying to compensate for it and prevent any sort of like other strain on it. But that's always going to put you in a position to kind of maybe not do 100%. That right there, the strain in my face getting up, whew, that sucked. And it's like that for the next 3 sets. But, these things happen. You really can't be prepared to be ready for every single sort of little tweak or, every little strain. But it's just a part of training. Something's going to happen to where your body gets a little overworked or you strain, and you have to learn how to respond. So you have to just kind of adapt, maybe take some time off or take a step back and change your workout regimen, as I have done before. But honestly, it's not outside of a realm for something to happen when doing like a peaking workout. This was a maximal workout that I gave a maximal effort to, and it kind of reflects into how things played out. So, as I'm sitting here now kind of talking about this and relaxing, my core does feel a little bit better. And I think it's just kind of in the moment, that strain and just trying to push it, kind of definitely did a little bit more than I thought I normally would have done or should have done. So it was kind of very heavily worked. But it's just, it is what it is. I think next week I'll probably just do a little bit of bodybuilding and then maybe throw in maybe like a max squat attempt if my core, right there, that you could tell I was feeling rough getting down to those. Maybe throw in like a max squat workout, try to do a heavier raw squat than I did before. I think I did 345 raw. So maybe shoot for 350, 355, try to hit 385 again. And as long as my core is okay with it, but I'd be fine using a belt for that too, and maybe knee wraps or knee sleeves with those as well. Kind of want to try for a 460 trap bar deadlift, new all-time record there. If I can hit that and get that off the ground, then I definitely think I might just go for 480 or just shoot straight for 500 and go for it. I don't know. It's just things to think about. Definitely need a week or two off and just kind of slowing things down, because I have been loading nonstop for quite some time. I know I've had weeks off here or there, just kind of relax after a strain or an injury, kind of like this, or when I got sick. But it's been, I think, like 6 or 7 weeks of just straight up loading, and it does kind of take a toll on you over time. I've been bulking up. I'm up to about like 190, 191 pounds every single day, and it kind of wears on you. Again, rough bending over and picking that weight up. It's a feeling I would not wish on anybody. It sucks. And me preparing myself to come back and lay down on the bench. Oh, that sucked. But it is what it is. I definitely think I want to keep up doing a lot of chest and shoulder workouts, just because I do want to get a little bit more muscle on them. I think they look a little small compared to my legs and my core. I mean, definitely do, just because the legs and the core are what I've been focusing on the most with developing. And it happens with any sort of like strain or workout, but you just got to kind of take it and keep going with it. Again, like I mentioned the other day, if you don't face any sort of adversity or have any sort of difficulty with things, you're not going to be able to contextualize things. You're not going to be able to adapt and respond with your body. You won't be able to kind of grow as well as you could if you just kind of keep in comfort, especially with exercise, because you're not really going to be pushing yourself further and further into constantly growing. If you say you're squatting 135 and you're doing it every single day, sure, you'll get really good at doing 135, but if you're not increasing the reps, if you're not increasing the sets, if you're not increasing the weight, you're not going to see any sort of like real development in that movement. You're just kind of maintaining something. And while I guess I'd be satisfied with maintaining, in the long run, right now I want to grow. So I'm fine maintaining once I hit my goals, but I need to hit them first, and I need to constantly grow and learn and develop with this. I just kind of figure this out. I apologize if I've been kind of rambling at this point, just kind of thinking this through, but I'm really just kind of going over this in my head and thinking this out as I'm watching this, kind of processing over what happened with me with my workout today. It's not frequent that I end up kind of like stumbling in a workout, and I kind of relish those opportunities because it's something for me to learn about myself and kind of figure out what my limitations are and what I can do to kind of surpass those. It's a good feeling. Failure isn't something to ever be afraid of, and I just kind of want to figure it out and move forward. These underhand flies felt pretty all right. I did 25 pounds for the first 2 sets of them. Ended up doing 27.5 for the last 2. Just kind of feel a little bit more weight on that. It was a little difficult on the last set, just because at this point I was feeling pretty exhausted. About an hour and 10 minutes, 15 minutes into my workout on the last set, and it was just hard getting things put away. Getting the barbell put away with all my weights on it for deadlifting was super hard. Been over trying to get those plates over sucked. So I had somebody help me pick them up and put them on those safety bars for the squat rack. Getting the weights off of the pins, moving the bench into position, kind of cleaning off the dumbbells, just sucked. So I would not recommend straining your oblique to anybody out there who's, I guess, for whatever reason, had the thought, maybe I should try that and see how it feels. Probably not. It's not great. after I finished working out, took my shower, I had difficulty putting on my shorts when I was done changing. I had difficulty putting on my socks because I couldn't bend over to get it. It sucks. So hoping I feel better by Tuesday, so I can kind of resume and get into my next bit of my workout. Again, probably going to take a week off of doing heavy loading with sets and everything, and just kind of go and do some max working, or some max new maxes. Maybe I can hit something, maybe not. I don't know. It's all part of the process.